When you think of the Eastern Front in World War II, you probably picture Germans and Soviets battling in the snow. But did you know that thousands of Italian soldiers also fought and died on the Russian front? In 1941, Germany launched Operation Barbarossa, invading the Soviet Union. Italy, led by Benito Mussolini, was Hitler's ally and wanted to prove itself in the Axis alliance. So, Mussolini sent troops to the Eastern Front to support Germany. It began with the Italian Expeditionary Corps in Russia, CSIR, in 1941, comprising approximately 60,000 men. By 1942, it had expanded into the Italian Eighth Army, also called the Armée, with over 200,000 soldiers. The Italians were not prepared for the harsh Russian climate or the realities of modern warfare. They wore thin uniforms, totally inadequate for the freezing winters. Their weapons, like the Carcano rifles and light artillery, were outdated compared to Soviet firepower. They lacked tanks and relied on German support for armored units. Despite this, Italian soldiers fought bravely, defending long front lines along the Don River in southern Russia. Italian troops saw heavy fighting during the Soviet summer offensives of 1942. They faced constant partisan attacks, artillery barrages, and Soviet infantry assaults. But the real disaster came during the Battle of Stalingrad in late 1942. While the Germans were trapped in the city, Soviet forces launched Operation Little Saturn, attacking the Axis flanks, including the Italians. The overwhelmed Italian units tried to hold their ground but were crushed by superior Soviet forces. In January 1943, the Italian Eighth Army began a desperate retreat across frozen plains. Without enough trucks or supplies, most soldiers marched on foot in -30 degrees Celsius, -22 degrees Fahrenheit temperatures. They faced Soviet tanks, ambushes, and air attacks. Entire divisions were wiped out, and thousands froze to death. Of the 200,000 Italians sent to Russia, only about 60,000 made it back home. The rest were killed, captured, or missing. The Italian campaign in Russia was one of Italy's greatest tragedies in World War II. Many survivors returned home disillusioned with the war and Mussolini's leadership. The disaster weakened Italy's military and contributed to Mussolini's eventual downfall in 1943. Today, Italy's Eastern Front campaign is remembered for the sacrifice of ordinary soldiers sent to fight in impossible conditions. The Italian soldiers on the Eastern Front fought far from home, in a war that was never truly theirs. Their story is a reminder of the human cost of grand ambitions and failed alliances. Thanks for watching Quick History. Comment below. Should we cover more forgotten World War II allies? Subscribe for more sharp, fast-paced military history videos.